Yo, welcome back to my channel. And in today's episode, what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to do some fall damage, because fall damage is important in games. So I set up a little course here so we can do some examples on some fall. Oops. Whoa. I set up a little course here so we could do some examples on some fall damage here. So the first thing that we need to do is let's go ahead and jump straight into it, and let's bring up our third person character or your player character. So for me, this third person character. Find a blank spot. Don't worry about all the other stuff that I have here. It doesn't really matter. As long as your character can move around, which there's plenty of tutorials that I've done about moving characters, and I'll probably do some more. But anyways, this is about fall damage. So first thing you need to do is right click and find event on landed. So event on landed should be somewhere. On landed. There it goes. Cool. Now that we've got that there, we need to also make a custom event. So right under that, right click and write custom event, add custom event. And we're going to call this fall damage event. And since we called it fall damage event right here on event landed, let's just call that function fall damage event. Perfect. So we're done with event on landed. What we need to do now is set up this fall damage event. So in order to set it up, the first thing we need to do is put a branch. And we'll connect this branch up. Also, we need to grab this character movement on the left hand side. So come over here, scroll down and grab your character movement, drag it out and write is falling. Perfect. And hook that straight up to your branch. Now you're done with that branch, and so you can move that out of your way, and we need to keep on going with this. The next thing we need to do is hook that branch up to another branch on the true. So from true, it goes to another branch. Basically, this is saying this event is getting called, and what's happening is the character falling? If yes, then we're about to do something, and we're going to add the damage. So we need to see what height the character is falling from, or basically the velocity. So we need to right click and say get velocity. Bow. And we're only worried about the Z velocity because they're falling up and down, right? So the Z direction. So split the pin. So right click on the pin and split pin. And now we've got the Z. And we can multiply it by -1. So you multiply it by -1. Bow. Cool. And then you can say, is that greater than? And the value that we're going to put here is like the velocity that they'll fall from. So this one we'll put 1000. That's a good starting one. And now that you've got that, what we need to do is copy this whole thing 2 more times. So copy, paste, and paste. And we'll change this one to 1500. And we'll change this one to 2000. Perfect. Now, the first one, you need to hook this up into this branch here. So, from this branch, we need to hook this up like that. And then from the true, the false is not going anywhere, but from the true, we need to drag off the true, and we're going to set up another branch. So type in branch. And this time, hook the branch up to this 1500. And for the false of this branch, we need to write some code. So drag off the false. Actually, we don't have what we need, so we need a variable over here. If you don't have a health variable, you can also make a health float variable, so you can see your health. But if health is like set up also in another video, probably watch another video for that if you don't have it. I don't think we're going to go too deep into setting up your health and stuff like that here. But you do need to have that variable. But we also need to add another variable called fall damage. And this variable also needs to be a float. And we can compile that and save. So from the false here, what we need to do is we need to drag off and we need to set this fall damage. So set the variable that we just made, right? And what are we going to set it to? This time we're going to set it to 0.1. And what we need to do after that is we need to apply damage. So drag over that and say apply damage. Now, for all of these pins, we need to set these up. So connect the green to the green, bow. Damaged actor, get a reference to self. Just type in self. Event instigator, type in player controller. Because that's going to be, we want the get player controller. Okay. And then for the damage causer, also type in reference to self. So just type in self, and that should be set up correctly. Now for the last part of this, we need to take the value of the damage, which is this time is going to be 0.1, and we're going to say the health that we have. So drag off your health variable and get health. Health minus, so subtract, and plug in this damage here, and then you can set your health. Set health to this right here, and connect this pin to that pin, and you're done. Now that should be all the fall damage right there. The next thing we need to do though is we need to take this true and drag off to another branch. So take the true and put it into a branch, and make sure this branch is hooked up to your last one, which is 2000 over here. Alright, so the last part of this is we need to set up the damage value for the 1500 and 2000. So copy all of this part right here, copy, paste, and I'm probably going to need some more space, so let me move this stuff out the way. Alright, so now that we have that pasted, we need to hook this one. Hold on. First of all, let's call it point. Instead of 0.1 here, we're going to put 0.3. And we're going to hook that one up to the false. And then what we're going to do with the true is we'll hook up 0.5. So you can take this whole back part again, copy and paste it right there in the middle, and for the true we'll just hook it up right here and change this value to 0.5. So now at different heights he should take different amounts of damage, and that's literally how you set up your damage. It should be all set up correctly, to be honest. Let's go ahead and test it out. So we've got the map here. I'm gonna put Billy Blue right up here on top of this roof. Play from here. If he jumps, no damage, right? No damage. The red bar is his damage, by the way. His health. If he jumps down, oh, he takes a little bit of damage. Cool. Let's see if he jumps higher, does he take more damage, right? So let's go up here, and then let's go up the stairs. And we're gonna jump off here. Yeah. To me, it looks like he's, the higher you go, the more damage you take. So that's good. So that's how you set up fall damage, and I hope that you learned something setting up fall damage, because I needed that for this game right here. The next thing I wanted to set up was this guy having the ability to go up and down ladders. So that's probably gonna be the next video that I do. But again, I hope you learned something. Hope that you have fun. Other than that, thanks for joining me, and I'll holla at y'all on the next one.